I'm starting my 168-hour shift. That's 7 days being fast on call, 7 days, 24 hours, each of those days. So let's see how this goes. Each day we'll have a lesson or just a tip on how I try to cope with MMed. Day one, I'm heading back home from the clinic and I need to rest or get ready because the calls will start soon. No lie, I've already received two calls and haven't been 5 minutes in the house. I guess this is the week of working. But first, let me sleep. First lesson of the day. You sleep when you can and you eat when you can. Simple tea bag. It needs to be simple. The bread is frozen. I'm just from having 3 hours of sleep, and I doubt how I look now does justice to just how good I feel after resting well. So I'll use footage that I shot sometime last week to explain this. Just from having 8 hours of solid sleep, don't I look fresh? I'm sure my eyes are smiling. See, they're smiling. Moral of the story is that you sleep when you can, and that is very key when you are fast on call. Because when you're fast on call, you are called at any time. I'm pretty sure my phone will start pinging anytime from now. I've already been called for one patient whom I will be contacted once they go to theater, and that's when I will join that other team. For breakfast mistakes, I'm having a peanut butter sandwich, and this will feed into the lessons of day 2. The rest of day 1 will just be B-roll or me explaining whatever I'm doing. So let's take it away. So it begins. These people have called me. Rose. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day of the week I've been doing a shift, 168 hours. Yep, just done with reviews, going home, probably being called to theater later on. Spent 2 hours here. Matatu has a screen at the back. Eish. Anyway, just minor errands. This is what being fast on call entails. You get called back to do small things. That's what I'm going back for. A bit peeving, but I mean, you have to go through that process where you get called for minor things. That's what, maybe I will take you through lesson 2 today, and even lesson 3. So lesson 2 is that as a postgraduate, you might feel like you have a lot that you have to do. So the earlier you make peace with the fact that you have a lot to do, the better for you. You may get to a point where you feel like, oh, it's getting too much. Will I be able to do everything? A friend of mine once said that you have to make peace with the fact that you won't be able to do everything, that you'll do the most that you can. But then I corrected him and stated that you make peace with the fact that no matter how tired you are, you have to do everything. It's you who has to do those things. So the sooner you do that, the less frustrated you get, the earlier you get cranking with the work. So that's what I'm going to do. Menial work, but I'm the one who has to do it, and I'm going to do it. It's day 16. I hope I look desperate enough. So there's so much light outside. It's early morning. So much light, I guess Kenya Power thought that would suffice. No need for there to be light from their end. And yet I have a presentation. It's 7 a.m. in the morning. I was supposed to be the first presenter, an online presentation. Yep, I'm a bit frayed. My nerves are a bit frayed by all that. I'm sure the first presentation is almost coming to an end. So let me go to a location that might facilitate my presentation. A bit of traffic. You guys probably won't see that well, but today's headline is that Kenya Power is on a deathbed. Hey, couldn't they have waited till? Oh my goodness. You see, I didn't say it. Not my words. Not my words. At least for all my troubles, I got a cookie. Nice. I get to a place where there's lights. The computer is a desktop. That's why I had to rush to a place that has lights. Electricity. I go in. First issue. The Wi-Fi at that place isn't connecting to my laptop. And then it connects. And then I log into Zoom. My audio is not working. After a while, the Wi-Fi goes off again. I just connect to my phone. I hotspot my phone. A few moments later, Safaricom messages me. 75 MBs left. A warning. I buy airtime worth 3,000 shillings. I just buy 15,000 MBs. They claim it has no expiry, so well and good for me, but at least they give me 1024 MBs of free data that I hope is what I used to stream that meeting. It went well. Patients got discussed thoroughly by the panel, and good for them. I'm really happy I presented that case, and that is part of my call week that we have. Patients have to see, we have to present online, and now let me head off to KNH. What have I done today? Morning ward round. I went to the clinic in the afternoon. I had a review called in casualty, first on call, surgical review, which I've done, managing conservatively, not going to theatre. However, I didn't go to theatre yesterday, which is almost unheard of, but I have a list, and probably very likely tonight I'll be going to theatre. Hopefully I'll capture those moments for you guys. So yeah, that's day 2 done. Do you have a lesson for day 2? I think yesterday we had 2 lessons, so today we shall just chill. A lesson probably coming up on day 3. And yeah, situation has changed. I was to be on call for 7 days. Seems I'm going to be on call for 14 days. Fun times. Taking a nap. You sleep whenever you can. That was lesson number 1. Wasn't called at night, which should be a good thing, but it's not, because it was due to a mistake on our part, which we've just rectified. So I'm expecting we'll be called during the daytime. Today is the 17th, and today we'll have a lesson for you guys. So lesson 1 was that you sleep when you can. Lesson 3 is that you eat when you can. I've just had a fallow period before they call me to theatre. I'm pretty sure they're calling me to theatre for those cases. 3 cases lined up. I'm going to eat, and I've dropped home just so I can eat. Load myself with carbs and some tea. Build up my glycogen stores so that when I go in there, I'm good. I can go through surgery without getting tired and overwhelmed. Found time to go to the barbers. Tomorrow is a major ward round. I need to look. That's my own extra mile that I go to, trying to look good for the major ward round. But it works on my psyche well enough that I go there confidently. It's 9 p.m. Still haven't been called by theatre. I don't know what time these people want to call me. Just feel like they'll give me space at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and yet have a class. Not class. I have class to attend at 7 a.m. tomorrow, and I have a major ward round tomorrow. I just feel like I'll be so tired as I go about my day tomorrow.
A few moments later.
Just being called by the ward. They want me to put in some cannulas. Let me go do that. And I'm going to present them an apple, because I'm hoping, it's too shady, I can't even say it. But even if I present it to them and it's at night, shouldn't it be an apple a day? Might as well get lesson 3 out of the way. Never feel shy about using the elevator. Use the elevator. I remember in undergrad I was so hung up on using the staircase because it was healthier. But if you can use an elevator and spare yourself the agony of getting unnecessarily tired, you take that route. So make your work easier. So I am just from fueling the car. The night that I was calling out for, the amount of work that I was calling out for, at last it's with me. Paperwork, lots of paperwork. I'm just walking along the corridors Paperwork. After all that walking, I'm definitely using an elevator.
My name is Dr. Edwin Yamazao. I'm the smartest guy that Dr. Oking has ever met.
4 freaking hours. 4 hours. It's almost 6:30. Haven't slept. One procedure remaining. 6:30 a.m. in the morning, the next day. Do I look sad? I feel sad. I'm at my home parking lot and driving when tired and sleepy should be banned. But yeah, I didn't have any issues with coming home. Tried to attend that 7 a.m. class. I logged in. It was online. I logged in. I know the topic they're discussing, but conked out totally. Slept. I'd be lying if I say halfway through it. I'd be lying if I said quarter way through it. I'd probably be lying if I said I even lasted 3 minutes of that 1.5 hour class. But I'm just from sleeping, waking up. It's 11:30. I have a bit of a headache, so I'm going to hit the shower, see if it goes away. Regardless, I still have to go on with my day, with my call. But manageable. People might think it's not manageable. It's manageable. That's what I'm going to do. They already say that you eat when you can. Eat when you can. That's the only way you get by, because you don't have a definite schedule that will allow you to eat at a specific time. So this is rice with some peas and gizzard and an avocado. Just a light meal. Yes, I insist, this is a light meal. Guys, I was to go have lunch in Java, but those plants have been shredded to pieces. So I got a call. Theater is ready for us. And yep, totally in the spirit of eating when you can. So I've just had a snack, but hopefully after theater I'll be able to eat. Wanna argue kauko sawa, min ko sawa. Kauko sawa, min ko sawa. Tolefanga ukanishikisha namba. Najona mise hiki tanda. Zele visana visanga. I'm not scrubbed in for that procedure. I have had to step out to go do another procedure in the ward. So doing that and then going back to theater. Procedure done. So now I have to go do a review in casualty. Fun times. Paperwork being dropped in theater. Another patient, a ruptured appendix. Lesson for the day. You need to learn where things are. When I started doing my call, I used to look for everything. I never knew where the stationery was. I never knew where to go to do whatever I needed to do. But once you learn where stationery is put, because most of the time you get tired from just using a lot of energy to just look for things. But once you sort that out, then the call becomes more bearable and things just fall in line. For this patient, I've sorted things very fast, dropping the list, probably be called later at night. And that's that. Lesson of the day. Learn to organize yourself. Well and truly, the call si mama ya mtu haikubembelezi.
Several days later.
Haven't vlogged in a while. I think the last day I vlogged adequately was on Friday. I've been dealing with some personal issues and I couldn't get around to vlogging as much. I was still going to work, doing my call, but I didn't do it wholly, and I actually got a pal of mine to hold fort for me, which brings me to my other learning point that as much as it looks tedious, we do work as teams and you can make local arrangements that can be able to accommodate, in as much as it won't accommodate it fully, but they can accommodate almost adequately whatever comes up in your life or whatever else you need to do. So it's not just work, work, work. You can actually work around it. Now, on the bright side, or not so much for me, but for you guys, I'm working a 2-week call. So from Monday, today's on Sunday, from Monday, I'll still be on call. I did manage to capture the weekend, but I think this coming call is even more apt because I'll be admitting over the weekend. And just stay tuned to the end, because weekend calls are for you guys to live for, but they almost wear us out.